Hi, I'm Mel Pickup, Chief Executive of Bradford Teaching Hospitals, and welcome to the weekly news roundup from across the Trust. This week we're coming to you from deep within St Luke's Hospital as paper-based medical records stretching back a quarter of a century are moved off-site to secure storage. We'll also find out more about the pioneering work of the Trust's new medical examiners. And we'll meet the team set to star in a BBC documentary. But first, as we emerge from the pandemic, our A&E department is under unprecedented pressure to deliver urgent and emergency care to those who need it most. And as a result, we've launched a new campaign to ask everyone who visits our hospitals to be kind and to remind you that we are here to help. Here's A&E Senior Sister Kayleigh Lawton to tell us more.
The campaign is highlighted at violence and aggression towards the staff working in A&E. The campaign is necessary. We've seen an increase in attendances within patients of A&E. Alongside that, we've also seen an increase in violence and verbal aggression towards our staff. We just want you to take home a very important message, just to be kind to our staff, to be mindful that we are very busy at the moment and that we are attending to real-time emergencies, and for that reason there may be prolonged waits. We know it's frustrating with visiting restrictions in place, but they're there to protect you, to protect our staff, to protect your loved ones and to protect our vulnerable patients.
Thanks, Kayleigh. It's great to know how patients and visitors can help us to help them. Now, did you know that St Luke's Hospital is home to a medical records library which contains more than 1 million paper-based patient records? Although many of our medical records are now stored electronically, some departments still rely on paper copies to shed light on patients' past medical histories. But as you can imagine, the library takes up a huge amount of space, so we've decided to move it to an off-site, secure facility. Here's Medical Records Service Manager Charlotte Todd to explain how this painstaking move is being organised.
The records are being moved from the St Luke's site here just purely due to lack of space and the conditions of some of the buildings that we house. We hold maternity notes, general notes, physiotherapy notes, dietetic notes, A&E cards and ENT notes. Iron Mountain is the company that will be housing the records on behalf of the Trust. They're here on site all week, 9 till 5, boxing up, collecting and storing all the records on behalf of the Trust. The process that Iron Mountain are following is most of our records do have a barcode on, like you would see in a supermarket. They are scanning that barcode and that is mapping to the data set that we've provided to enable us to then request records through the IM Connect portal. The move is a positive step for the Trust and it sends out a positive message to patients and staff and provides the reassurances that all our paper records are being well looked after until eventually they will be destroyed in line with retention.
Thanks, Charlotte. It's great to see the care that's being taken to deliver this mammoth undertaking. And of course, I want to say a huge thank you to the entire medical records team for all of their hard work in maintaining the library for so many years. Now let's take a tour around the rest of the Trust to see what else has been making the headlines.
Our annual annual members meeting goes live online on Tuesday the 12th of October at 5 o'clock. We will hear of the incredible efforts made this year to provide the very best service we can to the people of Bradford. And in the spirit of that openness, anyone can submit a question to us and expect a response. So we're at your disposal. Please join us, watch the event on the 12th of October and learn more about our Trust.
It's great to hear that news highlighting the amazing work of our charity can now be found in one place. Now, a new medical examiner service is being rolled out across England and Wales. Medical examiners are senior medical doctors who will be based at acute trusts, including Bradford. Although the vast majority of our patients get better and go home. Sadly, some die, and we want to learn from every patient death. Medical examiners will help us to do this and will be a great source of support to both family members and to my colleagues across the Trust. Here's our lead medical examiner, Dr. Harry Ashurst, and Medical Examiner Officer Caroline Reynolds to explain more about their new roles.
The medical examiner system is across the whole country, and Bradford is part of the collaboration, especially with Airedale, but a collaboration, we work in the whole of North East and the whole of West Yorkshire, and the medical examiners are all one team working together to get the same results. This is an extra safety net in some ways for the registration of death in the country and making sure that the healthcare in the country is as good as it possibly can be.
The medical examiners and their officers are there to support staff and help them with any guidance that they need. It's a really important role for the bereaved because they may have questions that they hadn't thought of beforehand when things are happening. So we're there to talk to them, to explain things, answer any questions that they have.
We're working with the coroner, we're working with the registrar for births and deaths, and we're working with the funeral directors and the undertakers, and we're working with the faith leaders within the community to make sure that we're not interfering with the processes that are presently in place, but we're adding to it and we're improving the outcome for everybody involved in the whole process.
Thanks both. We welcome you and your team to your new roles. Well, that's it for another week. As usual, all of our daily updates can be found on social media channels, Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I will look forward to catching up with you next Friday. Bye for now.